What is going on, everybody? In this video I'm going to tell you what went down in my first ever BFL over on the Harris chain on January 9th. So if you saw the practice video, you saw that I spent a lot of time in Griffin. I found some fish there. If you hadn't seen the practice video, link's going to pop up probably right now somewhere above me. So just give you a quick little thing about practice. I found a bunch of fish in Griffin. I found some fish in Carlton too, but those fish were up shallow. And the way this tournament was going is that there was a cold front coming in the night before the tournament. So the morning of the tournament was freezing. I mean, it was, I think, upper 30s, and it was 39 degrees on tournament morning. And that had been after, you know, solid weather of 80 degrees. So we had fish up spawning the week before, but this cold weather knocked them right off. So with that cold front coming, I decided, you know, it's not best to go after those shallow fish. Those fish are going to get affected the most. And put all my eggs in the basket by going out deep. Spent a lot of time out deep in practice. Found some fish in Beauclair and some fish in Dora. But my main fish I found was Griffin, and Griffin was the only lake on the chain that I never even driven a boat in, let alone fished in it before. And actually that was where I started my practice, and I found some fish out deep in an area I really liked, a big grass area, big grass flat that had eelgrass, hydrilla, and pepper grass. Going into the tournament, I kind of knew they were eating one bait better than the other. Yes, you could catch one on a trap, and yes, you could catch one on a chatterbait and a swim bait and various other, you know, popular grass fishing baits. But the key bait I found they were turning in on was a Gambler burner worm. So right here was the rig I was using the entire time. The entire tournament day, this is what I threw. I knew for most part this is what I was going to throw all day. Yes, I had a few different things tied on, but I basically knew I was going to have this in my hand all day long. So what I got is a 6-inch Junebug Gambler burner worm with a 3/16 ounce Woo tungsten pinned up to a 4/0 EWG. And on the bait, I was adding some shad scent by Liquid Mayhem. And I was throwing that on 16-pound fluorocarbon on a 7.3 medium heavy TFO Tactical Elite Bass rod. And that was my combo the entire time. So really what I discovered more in tournament day. So to break down this flat was an eelgrass flat mostly with some hydrilla mixed in and pepper grass. But the pepper grass was the key feature. And there was a lot of boats on the other side of the lake for me, but no other boats on my grass flat. For some reason I had all to myself. There's a couple boats way up shallow in the area, but for the most part I had that grass flat all to myself. I discovered most of those fish were in the 6 foot of water range. There was some fish up shallow or some fish as deep as 9-10 feet in grass. This was a big grass flat, a lot of eelgrass out there, and it was patchy. That's one other big key feature I liked about it. It was patchy. So on tournament day I was able to make some adjustments by not working the burner worm nearly as fast. You know, before I would, you know, reel it for the most part, pop it every once in a while, let it sink sometimes, but tournament day I had to really pick it up and drop it. Sometimes dead stick it. There was plenty of times where I dead sticked it for 10 seconds and then a fish would hit it. I mean, that happened 3 or 4 times during the tournament. And that was an adjustment I had to make. Another thing that I feel like these fish were going towards because of the cold front, it was something that I had a hunch that they could be doing this on tournament day in practice. Because practice, yes, I was catching them near the pepper grass, but they weren't super concentrated near there. They'd be more on the eelgrass flat spread all around. But during the tournament, those fish really bunkered down tight to the pepper grass. And I would take a burner worm, and again with this Liquid Mayhem Shad scent on there, and just toss it up near that pepper grass. And I'd let that thing sit. You know, I'd move it very slowly around the pepper grass, around the edges. And that's how I got majority of my bites, was letting that thing sit near the pepper grass. Now I don't know if those fish were in there more just because the cold weather changed up, good place to hide, or I think what was happening was the pepper grass was holding more heat, so the fish got closer to the pepper grass during the tournament day. And really, they really tuned in on that just slow moving. I mean, just dragging, picking up very slightly, let it sit with the burner worm. My co-angler caught 4 fish by the end of the tournament. And he only had 4 fish for about 4 pounds. He caught his on a trap. He cannot get bit on his worm. He was throwing a very similar worm to the Gambler burner worm, but was not getting bit. Where meanwhile, I was getting bit on the burner worm with the Liquid Mayhem combination. And tournament day, I'd say I didn't necessarily wear out the numbers, but I probably caught 12 or 13 fish. It was a grind. I knew I was going to get bit every 30 to 45 minutes, and I just had to keep doing it. I had found one fish up on bed in Griffin that was a decent fish that I kept in the back of my mind. But at one point during the tournament, when I had my smallest fish that was really very small, really needed to get rid of, I was debating on, do I go run over to that fish on bed and see if that fish is there? And I decided not to stick out there. And it was a good decision, because about 15 minutes left in the tournament, I ended up catching a 3-pounder, which called and really probably moved me up in place. But yeah, that was mostly the tournament. I was out in Griffin, big old eelgrass flat with peppergrass mixed in, and those fish were really keyed in on the peppergrass. They were hanging around the peppergrass, I'm assuming for the warmth, that more grass, that thick peppergrass. And this peppergrass was topped out. It was not just the same height, it was topped out so you could see it. And those fish were really just hugged up against that peppergrass, and dead sticking a Gambler burner worm with some Liquid Mayhem on it was the key. Ended up coming in with 13 pounds and 11 ounces on really what was a really tough tournament for Lake Harris. I mean, most people, when I told my friends, that I knew in the tournament that, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch 5 at least on tournament day, they were kind of blown away because they didn't know what was going on. It was really a struggle with that cold front coming through. And I was able to find a little niche to where those fish were keying in. And it was very, for my very first BFL tournament, I'll take it. I got 20th place with that 13-11. Great points to start out the year. The goal is to get to that championship on the St. Johns River, which is in October. And you got to get in the top 45 in points or win a tournament. And that's, that 20th place helps. Sitting 20th in points because I got 20th. So didn't know if you were able to do that. I figured that'd be pretty simple to figure out on that. But yeah, that was the tournament. Peppergrass out deep, Gambler burner worm. The thing I imagine is probably going to be featured in every single one of these tournaments this year. So I'm sure it'll be in the next tournament. Next one is Lake Harris as well. This one is a month from now. February 11th, I think that tournament was. Next tournament's about a month from now, beginning of February, back on the Harris chain. See if this spot in Griffin plays out again. Maybe I'll have to go find something out. Fish are probably going to be spawning during that period, I would imagine. But I'll tell you right now, I'm definitely going to throw the burner worm, definitely add some Liquid Mayhem, and we're going to find some fish, hopefully again, and stay in that points race. But everyone, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Any questions about it, please feel free to comment down below. Or if anything more that you want to know about it, just comment down below. And if you want to see more from this BFL tournament season, you'll have a practice video from the next Harris chain one coming up next week. And after that, you'll have a tournament video. Hopefully I'll have a full-on tournament video. Did not have a tournament video this time because my video got corrupted somehow. So I'm not quite sure what happened, but unfortunately I did not have video from tournament day. Hopefully the next one we will. But if you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see those more BFL videos. And all kinds of videos. Travel all around, saltwater, freshwater, you name it, I'm going to do it. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later. Peace.